I listened to the presentation by Professor Inaugural, who actually gave what I would call an insider account of what happened. Many did not know now, as well as the scholarly presentation by Professor Odion. Well, Professor Inaugural referred to the urgency of having or the need to have option A for I'm not a political scientist, but I am a journalist. I believe the political class of which the Excellency is a member, I believe that is what they are trying to do with their so-called primaries, where maybe at the party level, the candidate stands in, and you now say, okay, those who want candidate A should take a cue. Those who want candidate B should take a cue. But whether that actually embodies democracy in a different ballgame. And he also mentioned the danger of having perpetual electionary process. You think that once INEC declares the bid open for electionary, there should be a sunset clause. On the eve of election or so, everybody stops campaigning. And once a leader emerges, you allow him space to go. But what we have today is that even while the government is still serving its term, the opposition starts electionary almost immediately. If you tour Abuja today, well, nobody is innocent. You see, and so the president also voicing you and your friend, you also have the coalition. No. I say you and your friend, you also have the coalition, which essentially is distraction. It's distraction. So if we were to make progress and different democracy, everybody should live according to the rules. Now, to go to the substance of why we are here today, which is June 12th, a lot has been said about June 12th. I also participated. I was a reporter with Concord President on editorial political desk. Tunji Bello was the political editor then. Sam Omashire was deputy. Victor Tunji was there. And we're all members of NAPOC. Just to say that some of us were also on the field why it happened. I believe June 12 represents or embodies a lot of things. Number one, the triumph of Nigeria over ethnicity, over religion. Like somebody told us earlier, MKO not only defeated Tofa in Kano, he also defeated him in his ward and in his polling unit. You have similar situation in Anambra, where MKO also defeated the home board who was running mate to Tofa. Imo, okay. But today, we've lost those games. And I blame the media partly for this. Media is the custodian of our political and cultural memory. Media should always remind us where we are going wrong. And I illustrate with what happened during the last election. We found some candidates weaponizing religion, find some weaponizing ethnicity. But the media were complicit. There was nobody calling them to order. So when media failed in its duty to serve as the moral pathfinder, democracy derails. So I believe the media, like Professor Iridia said, media role really needs to be revisited. And I think that is a subject for another symposium, because of course we are also journalists. We know it's very easy to come here and start passing off. The media is distressed. We are facing an existential crisis. In the past, when I was active, we used to pride ourselves as being maybe the largest circulator. I remember at some point, a Weekend Concord used to sell up to 500,000 copies. And at the time I was running National Life, I know we printed a couple of tens of thousands of papers. We're selling it. But if you put together the print run of all the newspapers in Nigeria, I don't think it approximates 50,000. Now, you have online publishers who are not necessarily trained journalists. They are dominating the space. So they pose threat to journalists. And when some of us advocate the need to have some form of regulation, when I say regulation, if you are not a journalist, if you are not trained, you can be called a publisher or an editor running a blog. Many people are quick to say, oh, you are trying to muzzle free speech. So I believe for us to save our profession, it's high time we rise up to this reality and defend our territory. And it starts by supporting some form of regulation. And I believe when that is done, it will also give us some form of enlightenment in the sense that the media will be able to reclaim its glory and increase copy sales so as to sustain our operations. It's very easy to blame reporters for not doing what is right. But how do you query a reporter who has not been paid salary? In our days, when you are going on trips to go and cover assignment, I remember back then, we normally write a long memo to the editor to transport myself from my house to the motor park, collect money from there to there. But today, journalists are required to visit states to go and write reports, and they are not given any money. And when they get there, they are hosted by governors. I'm saying this from an internal. I was commissioner in Edo State. So our profession is facing a lot of distress. So it's high time we rise up to the challenge and defend our territory. So I believe part of the lesson we should always remember June 12th is the fact that once upon a time, long before now, country had overcome ethnicity and religion in our politics. So I believe it's high time we rise up and reclaim that high ground. Thank you very much. Once again, I bring goodwill from Tunji Bello. Of course, he considers himself first and foremost a journalist. He was a reporter, he became an editor, he became editorial board chairman. So he believes whatever he is today, he owes everything to journalism. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Abdul Jalil, please let's give a copy of, two more copies of the hardcover book to Tunji Bello and to the June 12 family. So give 2 more copies to him, hardcover. And to thank Louis Odion, our friend, for a wonderful presentation. I need to remind you that the soft copy of the book sells for only 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira. Only 20,000 naira. And the hard copy goes for only 50,000 naira. So everyone is advised to have a copy, at least for your library, for your children, and indeed for all those who believe in you. While we were speaking, MC, don't worry, I'm in charge now. A very distinguished guest came in. And from the way and manner he was ushered in, you know that he's a he's a VVVVVI. He was former President Nigerian Guild of Editors, very well respected at the time. He was advisor to Mr. President for years on media and publicity. And in fact, at the time I was ruled as governor, he was special advisor to the president of media and publicity. I'm certain that Gaba Shehu, he has more to tell us. But we're rounding up by the time he came in. But the way and manner Abdul Jalil ushered him in, for those who know Abdul Jalil, you know that so much transpired.